Hi, this is Neil Rudel, and welcome to Paterno Presser. Corey Geiger is on assignment, trying to get the Curve clinched into the playoffs. I'm joined by Josh Langenbacher. Josh, thank you.
No problem. I don't know if his accent or the goatee, but I'll try to step in anyway for him.
And I'm sure he'll be critiquing this a moment after it goes up. A lot of news out of Joe Paterno's press conference today. Number one, maybe not news and no surprise, he did not name a quarterback today. Says that the team, I don't think, knows it either. The party line is all three guys are, can do different things, and they're all been looking good. Did that surprise you?
It did to some extent. I mean, I don't know what they're going to see today or tomorrow in practice that they're not going to have already seen, in the couple weeks of preseason practice. But you would think at this point somebody would have stepped forward and they would know the answer. But
I think this is Joe's way of keeping as much pressure off all three of them as possible. I mean, we've been down this road before when, you get to Tuesday and he says, well, I still want to watch practice today and tomorrow, and then ultimately, let the kid know. I have no feel for which of the three, McGloin, Newsome, or Robert Bolden, there will be. He did Bolden. He did say that they were disappointed. One of the reasons Paul Jones they decided to redshirt him was a slow start academically, and he had been here since January.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising to some extent to hear that he got off to a poor start academically.
They named captains. They named Brett Brackett on offense, Ollie Ogbu on defense, and that was a little bit of a surprising choice because Brackett really didn't do a lot, but he is a terrific leader. I was glad to see it. I think he's a great kid. So obviously they did not feel that Royster or Wisniewski was the appropriate choice.
Well, Royster's still 220 pounds this season, 5 or 6 days away, so makes you wonder where his mindset is and whether he would be equipped to be leading the rest of the offense.
Joe sounds like he's a little down on Royster right now. He's had opportunities to talk about Royster 2 or 3 times in the preseason. He's managed to not understand the question or had to have it really interpreted for him. It's been kind of uncomfortable, a little bit weird. Here's one of your top seniors there, and and then Joe did mention that he needs to lose weight.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're Joe, you're counting on Royster to carry the offense. You don't have a starting quarterback, and you're thinking your career rushing leader is going to be able to step in and take control and be ready to go from the beginning. And the fact that he isn't, I mean, I can understand why Joe's probably disappointed in Royster right now.
The other news that came out, Chaz Powell has been moved back over to offense, which kind of sent me to the media guide of, geez, how old is this kid that they're flipping him back and forth this late in his career? He does have one more year left. Green is hurt. That's one factor. That also came out today. Zerba is hurt. So I think they're looking for, and of course Curtis Drake got hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure they're looking for Chaz to fill some of the role that Drake would have had on the team if he had been healthy. But you would think at some point they're going to want to make up their minds where they want to play Chaz, because it's not really too fair to him to be bouncing him around from offense to defense throughout his career. This is the third time I think he's changed positions.
The other thing that came out is of Joe himself. He said that he expects to be on the field for every game. He pronounces himself fit, and I'll tell you the truth, I thought he looked good today and seemed more decisive and projected better in his comments than he did either at the Big Ten Media Day or at Penn State Media Day.
Yeah, he seemed pretty sharp. I think anyone who would have seen him out in Chicago and then saw him today would have had a much higher opinion of his health now than what they did a month ago.
Okay, Josh, do you want to make your Youngstown State prediction?
I'll go on record as Penn State 45-3.
45-3, okay. Corey will have his prediction in the game day, or he'll splice the tape and insert it into this, but I'm going to say 37-7 Penn State. It may take a little while just because of the uncertainty on offense. Josh, appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. For Corey Geiger and Josh Langenbacher, I'm Neil Rudel with a shout out to Mark Brennan for being our videographer here on Paterno Presser.
Shout out to these dudes for hanging out until you were able to finish. Thanks, guys.